around collecting money for a mikveh, trying to pay the malamid.
There is money on the
Even these people, when they came out, and they came to America with all the luxuries of America, they weren't the same. The people who knew them in Russia and people that knew them in America. In America, you have to. You want to advance. Well, how do you advance? You're not advancing Yiddishkeit. What are you doing? Advancing in materialism. You have a bigger house, another house. One servant, another servant. You have a big car next year. You have a better car. That's success. So in Russia, they every minute, every second, they didn't know what's going to be with it. So. They lived through the previous Rebbe, the Rebbe's father, the Rebbe Shmuel. So they looked at, even if those that walked by the Rebbe's father, they looked at him also like the son. So those people that were by the previous Rebbe looked at the Rebbe, became Rebbe, that's an Adam, it's a son-in-law. They didn't have a feeling, a tremendous connection with as Rabbi Dworkin. Dworkin was speaking Yiddish as a Yid. He was a person that was on a higher level. He's
wasn't like you on it. I want you to come sometime to do.
He said even the BP camps. They had to fill out papers. So there's one woman, the secretary there. She's dumb. She came from Swedish stock, and while they're filling out the papers, she was said to him. He repeated it. How do you want people to hold from you? You don't hold from yourselves. Well, because he said, these are the type of people. The help them to see it. How do you want somebody else to go? If you go to the snag. What's the difference between the snag shit and now I'm not supposed to the guy holding some stuff. Ego. What's a Hasidic ego and a Misnagish ego. Not Hasidic. You would go to a Misnagid, he says somebody else. He's a great guy. He sits and learns day and night. He has all good leaders, good traits, and he does a favor, he goes out of his way, and he's a snapper, and I'm great. That's not the Swedish Guyver, holding from himself, says, I'm nothing. I'm nothing. I'm missing the leaders, missing in all good aspects, but this guy is yet worse.
I'm not him, but he is worse. So, what is for us now?
So how do you have sympathy? How do you have your sympathy? We have to have your sympathy. This is the most important thing.
Yeah.
I'm nothing, but he's nothing.
I'm offer. He's offer baby.
Nothing we think is better than everything we don't. So
If you have sympathy, you don't have nothing.
How did that?
If you have everything, you don't have sympathy.
How did that work? Rock was a rock in Lubavitch in 770. Lubavitch and Lubavitch. How would you respond to Lubavitch and Lubavitch? It's like
Everybody.
The Rebbe made him the rock.
I'll tell you, put it in this way. Do you have a
Compromise?
compromise?
No, what's the word?
I'll put it to you this way, I said. You ever made a campaign person should make himself make himself a rav and a mashpia.
Yeah, you gotta get that.
The Rebbe, we say in the Bar Mitzvah, right? We say everything that again. The Rebbe is not Hashem. I saw disturbing videos today, yesterday. This lady was trying to explain to her children, some Lubavitcher lady who lives in Syria, trying to explain to her children about the holidays. We do them a ton of ice cream. And she asked, so what's the Yom Tov about? What's the Yom Tov? It's about someone very special. And so they said Hashem. They said, no, close. It's very similar. It's very disturbing. Because that's a big problem. But the point of what I'm saying is, what was I saying?
You're making the what, explaining what
The body is the body.
okay, let's think about it and we'll get to it.
The microphone is over here.
No, but the Rebbe, well, I don't understand.
Yeah.
The problem,
What did you say? What did you say?
the problem was that
So someone that voted on the Rebbe,
the problem
how can I attach to you? I don't know you. You don't know me.
Oh, yeah, I thank you. So basically,
Right away.
in the Bar Mitzvah Bible, we say, what do we say in the Bar Mitzvah Bible? Mashiach come, let's be asked.
Amen.
That's it.
Look how everybody's ready.
He doesn't have money.
My teachers were so upset about me for being chutzpah with the guy. He said, I'm trying to tell him, I bring Mashiach. So anyways, well, you gotta start again.
Oh, yeah.
You see, you sang with it. Now again, like with this, then you take it, forget stuff in your head.
What was it again, Reverend?
I was just answering his question. Yes, his question was, how can it be
Applicable to.
attached?
Oh, that's it. I remember that.
I mean, you have to wait. You start going.
Listen, remind me when he's done. About the Reverend. Go ahead. Don't remind me. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna remind you. So the Bar Mitzvah Mimer says, right, that Hashem, before he tells us to do something, he does it himself, right? We put on tefillin because Hashem puts on tefillin.
That's right.
What our tefillin says and what the Eibusha and Hashem's tefillin says are two different things. Our tefillin says Shema Yisrael, etc. Hashem's tefillin says Mikam Yisrael, that bird who is like my nation, who is like my nation, one nation in the land. In the land, guys. The land doesn't mean America. So the Rebbe, who's a messenger, we're all messengers of Hashem, a certain aspect. But the Rebbe, who's the intermediary between us and Hashem, who's closer than us to Hashem, right? It says about Moshe Rabbeinu, he was half angel and half man. The Rebbe, I don't think was anything less than that either. So before the Rebbe spoke about making a mashpia, every person should make himself a mashpia, and every person should make himself a rav. The Rebbe called two people in his office, one at a time. He called it, I believe, Rabbi Dworkin, and he says, I want you to be my rav. And I don't remember who it was. He called it someone else, and he says, I want you to be my mashpia.
Who? I said that.
The Rebbe.
Rebbe said to working.
And to be his rav, I think it was, and to somebody else, I don't remember who, to be his mashpia. The Rebbe was going to demand by the act of bringing that day, Asir Lecharav, making a rav and a mashpia. The Rebbe had to do it first himself. So that's what I'm trying to say. So he wants to know that Bernshi's mentioning about Rabbi Dworkin. Rabbi Dworkin is not Tom, Dick, and Harry. He's Rabbi Dworkin. The Rebbe needed a Rav, and the Rebbe called, and the Rebbe said in general, the Rebbe said he's not a Rav, you have to ask a Rav.
He saw society. He saw the previous Rebbe, and he saw also the Rebbe Rashab.
He was trusted by his Rebbe. So the Rebbe became Rebbe. It was hard to attach to himself. Once he saw the other giants, so it saw the Ruach HaKodesh, so there's miracles. It was hard for him to be really attached the way plus it was completely nullified. Okay. And even when Yusuf Farrengen, he wasn't that heat, that cuff, that attachment. Really, when did he become attached? Really, to the Rebbe, real strong. The Rebbe wrote a Sefer Torah. He made the Rebbe walk in this represent. Because the Rebbe is a shliach from the Rebbe. They wrote a Sefer Torah for the Rodin, for kids, for children, and they had the ceremony for Shnos of Sefer Torah in Eretz Yisrael. He went to Eretz Yisrael. He was the Rebbe's, he was the representative of the Rebbe. The Rebbe shliach. Later on, also, the Rebbe would get closer attachment one to the other. The Rebbe would send people to him for kashrus, other things. He would send I said, do it according to what Rebbe Volkin tells you. And that's 70
It
years.
was before Love Marley, right?
Yeah.
Much before. Right?
Yeah, 4 or 5 guys who took over. Rabbi Volkin, they couldn't fill this.
Wow.
Usually when I leave somewhere, a couple people take over. Man, you think it's a joke? It's a true story, man. Yeah, I remember where I was. They just come and then left. 3 people took over. I'm serious. I'm not joking.
You got married?
Right, so
remember
what happened?
Then he
When someone had, if there was a husband and wife, and they couldn't get along, or to show bias, they would send them to Red Rocket. All types of shilas. The Rebbe himself would send to that work.
Wow. It's big.
All right. Now there was a couple. The guy was from a Shul, and he suspected his wife, certain had no faces in reality.
He was out there. He was out there.
And he tried. I remember I was in camp. I went together with he was working toward me in camp. During the day, I went to spend 2 years. And all this time, you didn't hear from him really, like, he wants to connect, you should be connected with the Rebbe. It was like regular learning and everything else. See the Shuli. When did it, as mentioned before, when did it become really attached? The Rebbe sent to Rebbe Volkin, yes, to Rebbe Volkin, the Rebbe asked him to see if he can patch up this couple. And he tried, the way he tried, I was in campus with Rebbe Volkin, we were learning together, he was teaching me, and get tools from Chadakov, and just didn't go. Couldn't get any sense into him, and he left. The guy left.
The Michigan.
And he was told, he got the hint that he's in Eretz Yisrael, that this person's in Eretz Yisrael. Says the minister of religions were hostile. He wrote to him and he told him the problem. And he tried very much to find out where this guy is. He could contact him and give her a get. That she should be free. He left. He was on the Nakuda. And they couldn't find him. Then the minister wrote back to Ed Vorkin that there's one more thing he can do, that he can put it into advertise in newspapers that they're looking for this person, so and so. For that, they need the permission from the family to be able to put it into advertisement.
So he wrote to the Rebbe. He wrote to the Rebbe, you know, what to do. So the Rebbe wrote back, he should contact the Rabbonim, the rabbis, Kvar Chabad. This guy didn't want to have anything to do with it. He felt and he goes around telling people that his wife is a clock, which is no good and everything else, and all our theirs. Which everything was, whoever knew him, knew that's not true. Completely in his imagination. All right. But he got the letter from the Rebbe, and he didn't want to have any contact with the Hasidim. He wanted the rabbis, with Lubavitch. He avoided them at utmost. And the Rebbe tells him what? To get in touch with the Rabbanim from Lubavitch. Guess what? He figured that the Rebbe must make a mistake in it. He doesn't want to come in contact at all with the Lubavitch. Go to the Lubavitch. Running there. They're up in years already. What can they do? Hoptic, the minister couldn't do anything. You know, where is he going to get anything done by going to them? All right? And he left. And that's where it was left at. All of a sudden, he gets a letter from the Rabbanim, from Chabad. He got this guy. The other told him to go to contact them. And he couldn't imagine that he would show up in such a place. And he wrote them that there's a guy here speaking about his real wife and that they bought him in New York. They don't want to listen to him. They don't want to get everything else. So when he saw this letter, something gave him a shake. Everyone that came into the house would tell him about this miracle. That what was it? This fellow, he was in Tel Aviv, walking around the streets in Tel Aviv without shoes, without.
Oh, he was out there.
Huh?
He was out there.
Yeah. And he had a fellow that was living in Kvar Chabad. And in the younger years, they went to school together. And this fellow that was avoiding Lubavitch and the Rabbanim Lubavitch, so she sees this guy walking around in Tel Aviv, and he says to him, calls his name, first he doesn't answer. And he says to him again, he calls his name, is this you? This time, he'd like acknowledge. He saw that he was, he's hungry, had no shoes, as we said before. He's ragged. And he says, come on, I owned a restaurant in Tel Aviv. He lived in Kvar Chabad. This fellow knew him from view. He says, come on into the restaurant. I'll give you something to eat. First, this fellow had a good way of persuasion. When he came in, he gave him a first meal, and he got a little loose in his tongue. So he started telling him about it. His problems and what is it? He says, what's coming to me? I'll take care of it, he said. Go to the Rabbanim from Kvar Chabad, and they'll take care of it with the rabbis in New York. So, and after a while, he agreed. He went to Kvar Chabad, and he wrote him a letter to Red Broken. After Red Broken got this letter from the Rabbanim from Kvar Chabad, like the Rebbe said, they should get contact with them. He looked at the Rebbe already. Couldn't stop talking about it. And that's when he became, very, very, very close and attached to the Rebbe.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Wow. Yada da 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 hey yada da 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 yada da 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 hey yada da 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 yada da 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 ay 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 Yeah. So the connection for today to is
You're asking the questions. How did you, if the Rebbe didn't, so the Rebbe answered this person, learn my Torah, and you will be connected. That's how you get connected. Learn the Rebbe's Torah.
No, I know that. I just asking how it's now we can be connected this day, this specific day. What is meaning for us? What we can take from that? How we can expand from that?
But this is like Schreidish, the Schreidish from Chassidus, your test Kislev, and he's thinking you have to make achlotas and keep the achlotas. You know, it's like, you ever see these guys?
Bond of miracles.
Yeah.
So this basically this day of connection with Rebbe, like Hasidim, they reveal their connection to Rebbe. They made this holiday. Rebbe.
And you know, the Rebbe was able to go really before Kislev. He was able to go home. He got permission.
wow.
The Rebbe delayed it. They wanted until Kislev to go home.
Wow.
No. Rebbe's like, no.
Jürgen, I think I mentioned also the two Hasidim. You have in 7-7, and you have Gan Eden. They call it Gan Eden Atach. That is the lower Gan Eden. You go into the Rebbe, that's the Kosh Kadosh, and that's already Gan Eden. That's Gan Eden. So you get and you prepare to go into the Rebbe. That's where you're busy. You say, tell them, you get your thoughts together. And these two see them discussing among themselves. What's going to be when Mashiach comes? How is he going to come? How is he going to appear? And all of a sudden, the Rebbe's door opens up. The Rebbe is like this.
Wow. How about by you? When you asked the Rebbe?
Yes, where's Mashiach?
You know, there's so many things now.
No, he didn't say if the Rebbe was Mashiach.
No, where's Mashiach?
Where's Mashiach? Yeah.
And the Rebbe said, later.
No,
There was a
listen.
Leirachach who was not far.
He's not far from you. He's not.
Not far. So you understood. It's right here.
Yeah.
I remember 17, when I was 17 years old. So I went to the Rebbe to this, my 18th birthday, 17 years old. And next, say to him, you say, minute is, when you're 16, you say you're 7. You're 17, you say 18. So the Rebbe gave me a seder that I should increase. Join my letters between addition to my shiurim, I should increase another share, Nigla and Sivas. I should say the next capital. And I didn't know anything about saying till that time as a kid and learning in yeshiva, and it wasn't so prevalent. And the Rebbe says you should say, count 17, you should say the 18th capital, Psalms, the 18. So I said to myself, I hope it's a small capital. That was my thought. And as the Rebbe was telling me to say, they gave me the instructions. That's what I said. The Rebbe said, take it from the out immediately. He said to me, it's a big capital.
You know, you jumped to.
Is that you? You know who this is? It's my grandson.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Where were you? Yeah? Well, you went to okay, to what, Clarkston. How is it now? It takes it. Come here, you deserve coming slowly. Yeah, no.
Who's son?
That's Chani's.
Honey's son.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, looks very good. Now, first commit. You were good before, now you're better. Do you have anything to say? Good thing about Swedish kids with a fish or something will be behind.
Unfortunately, no.
Huh? Say something. Huh?
Unfortunately, I know.
What do you know about the Swedish kids about Strauss Veredas? Nothing at all. All blank. Huh? What is that ever? Huh? Head. Reb is a head, okay. What's the purpose of a Rebbe? What do we need a Rebbe for? Go straight to God. What do you need him to me here? There's two things. There is something that connects. It's a Machaber school. So there's something gets in the middle, something that separates. Sometimes you need to get a fusion and to connect. The Rebbe is a connection. There's places where you can't go by yourself. You can't get there by yourself. And someone has to connect you. And the Rebbe connects you to the Eibush. You don't pray to the Rebbe. You pray to the Eibush. How do you pray to the Eibush? The Rebbe shows you. That's it. That's the Rebbe. So what you learn lately? So something. So,
Where are you coming from today?
went to the wedding.
Oh, nice. Where do you live, in Canada? Yeah.
So it's so good to see you. When you speak to your mother lately?
I tried calling her now.
You'll know she'll never pick up. You have to take try 2 weeks.